All right, welcome back to the stream. Welcome back to another video. Today we're going to talk about what this $7,500 tax credit delayed means for Tesla, and what are they gonna do about this, what they might strategize, and like how much money have they, are losing or adjusting. I guess it's not really a loss, but it's like an opportunity cost lost, I guess, because of this Inflation Reduction Act not mumbo jumbo, but because of the Inflation Reduction Act. So we're going to take a look at this and see, and we'll talk about speculation as well, and what Tesla might do to try and hedge some of this, what we might think might be happening in the last few weeks or days of the month and quarter. But before we get into that, let's roll that intro real quick. All right, so welcome back to the stream. Welcome back to another video. My name is Dennis, and I love talking about Tesla hacking, as I like to call it, but basically just getting the best deal on a Tesla at the best possible price, or just getting really good financing on your Tesla. So if you're interested in any of that, please hit that subscribe. And today's video is actually sponsored by my Calendly link down below in the description, where you can actually schedule a one-on-one call with me to ask me any questions about buying a Tesla. But more on that later. All right, so let's take a look at this, right? So if you don't know already, there's already speculation just because the Treasury Department came out yesterday and said they are delaying guidance on the Inflation Reduction Act EV tax credit rules regarding the battery minerals and the production and all that stuff. They're leaving that out of the tax credit. So in Q1, there's a plethora of North American vehicle EV cars that will qualify for this $7,500 tax credit, including Tesla and also GM, like the Chevy Bolt. But we're not even going to care about those vehicles. We're here to talk about Tesla Model 3 and Model Y, because that means those vehicles will then qualify, or it seems like those vehicles will qualify for a $7,500 tax credit. So what does this mean, right? So what is Tesla going to do about this? Are they going to do some sort of enhancement? I've been speculating for a bit that they're going to do something. I thought they were going to do something on like the next yesterday, which would be the Monday for the second week of the month, but they pulled that forward and did on December 15th, which was the 10,000 supercharger miles that came into effect. Then before that, I also speculated they were going to do this option credit thing where they waive the cost of extra paint or a higher paint or rims or something like that. And it seems like they're doing that already. So what's next? I mean, like, there's only a week and a half left in the month. There's Christmas coming up on Sunday, which would that mark the Sunday of the last week of the month. So what is Tesla going to do to try and juice some sales, try and get more sales if they need it? Especially because now I bet there's a ton of people that at this point, hearing about this $7,500 tax credit, they're thinking, hey, why don't I just push till January now? Like, I'm only 10, 11 days from the next year, and I have an upside of 7,500 versus 3,750 plus 10,000 supercharger miles. Why don't I just take the risk? Especially people that don't have an older price booked into their queue. Like, their order is the current price that's listed on the website, so they really have nothing to lose except a $250 deposit at the end of the day. So really, what does this mean for Tesla? The other thing is is Tesla bringing back the Model Y standard range? Are they keeping that in their back pocket? Are they going to pull that at the end of the day and just see if they're going to be able to get some more sales on that? And they might pull that ahead earlier to see if, there seems like there's vehicles being added up upon lots. Inventory is building up, so they might be waiting to hold that in their back pocket to pull that out as well. And the last thing is, like, people are definitely going to, I don't know how big of or confirm this actually is, but I really feel like people are going to delay their orders at this point. So Tesla has to do something, whether it's pull forward or just give a $7,500 discount at point of sale for a ton of people. Can you imagine though if that actually happened? Because it's $3,750 now, and so we can essentially calculate how much revenue or opportunity gain or however you want to call it, Tesla is losing. So I've already pulled this up sort of, and essentially, so I looked up how many vehicles did Tesla sell in Q4 of 2021, and that number was 308 vehicles delivered in Q4 of last year. So if we were to try and chop that up and divide it equally, which we know it's never exact, but that's 100,000 vehicles each month. So you can essentially throw that into the calculator. 3,750 times 100,000 vehicles. Of course, it's not going to be exact because there's Model S and X and also 3 and Y, but S and X don't really have too much, of that. But let's chop that in half. Let's say it's 80% is Model 3 and Model Y. I know we can we can actually drill down exactly into this because they have the numbers right exactly here. So Model 3, Model Y, 296, so basically 100,000 vehicles, but let's chop that down to 90,000 vehicles. So we can speculate that 90,000 vehicles or 90,000 Model 3s and Model Ys are being delivered this month. And I mean, we could even pull this to I've already pulled it up actually because I was really curious, Q3 of this year. So, just a few months ago. And let's see if we can quickly find the data to see if we can see how many Model 3s. So yeah, even more now. So 325,000 Model 3s and Model Ys last quarter. So easily you could say this is 100,000 Model 3s and Model Ys throughout the month of December that are being delivered. So if we just wanted to calculate that, I mean, 100,000 vehicles times 3,750 discount each. I mean, we can already tell this is a huge, ridiculous number that Tesla has already kind of chalked up and lost in revenue. But that is how many zeros is that? Like $375 million that they have kind of just gone, lost in the wind because of this Inflation Reduction Act. So, and if they, with this news coming out, they either get the delivery or not. But if let's say there's 50 more thousand vehicles ready to go, but they have to do that 50,000 at 700, an extra $7,500 discount. I mean, I don't even know what is that? I guess it's like double or basically, I don't even know. Yeah, so it's the same thing. So at the end of the day, they are looking at, some big numbers that it's like lost revenue per sale, per deal. But I guess, anything to try and get sales this month. But what do you guys think of this? I feel like Tesla is kind of pushed into this weird corner right now where they have to either, I guess if people are going to start canceling left and right, and there's not much time left. There's 11 days left into the month. So, and 2 of those are weekends plus Christmas and New Year's Eve. There's really not much time to set up for financing, to set up for delivery. So it's really crunch time. And it seems like Tesla's already predicting, a year-over-year growth. But at the same time, if they want to hit some crazy number, then they don't want delays, or they just give up, and say, you know what, guys, 3,750 is the most we want to take a loss at. We don't need to hit a crazy number. We're already ahead year over year or whatever, and they just will stick with that. But all right, so let's jump into some of the questions. Titan Drone, my delivery date for my Model 3 is Monday, the day after Christmas. Should I push to 1/1/23? So I do think that there's going to be some sort of extra incentive announced on Christmas or the day after. So hold out till then. But if you really feel that the 7,500 crack credit is coming back, then I probably would try and push it. Do you have a order price book in the queue, or is it the current price? Is there anything that you can lose by trying to push that order? If they cancel on you, would you be upset? Albert Delgato, if Tesla doesn't do something fast, then they will get into financial trouble. They need to keep selling or else. It's a turn game, right? A lot of inventory, a lot of units in motion. We made a video yesterday about how there's tons of vehicles sitting on dealer lots at Tesla dealers, or I don't know about lots, but Pleasanton, California, Northern California had 200 plus vehicles. There's photo evidence. I've been hearing comments from a lot of you guys out there commenting saying there's tons of other dealers that in Florida, SoCal, that have tons of inventory as well. So it's definitely starting to spread. That's for a fact. Harsh Patel, I have a Model Y delivery on the day after Christmas. Should I push it back? Same Same question to Titan Drone. Do you have an older price book? If Tesla were to cancel on you, would you be upset? But yeah, if you can push back, I mean, now if the more people that try and push back and say, hey, we don't want to take delivery at all, then Tesla's going to kind of get forced, kind of their hands going to be forced to do something to try and incentivize an extra credit. But thanks for watching this video. Please hit that like if you enjoyed it. Definitely check out my calendar link where you can schedule a one-on-one call with me to talk about or ask me any questions about buying a Tesla or financing a Tesla. And right now there are 2 credit unions. Well, after you schedule a call, you get a link to my buying guide, and which has links to all the resources that I use to get the best possible deal. And right now there are 2 credit unions on that list that have interest rates in the 3 to 3.6% all the way up to 88 months. So definitely check that out. All right, a couple more questions. Greg D. I owe $25,000 a van trading. Cash flow is $22.25K. Should I get rid of the van before trying to get Tesla? To get Tesla, kind of want to take advantage of the 3750 and miles. So that is a great question. There's a wholesaler site. Definitely check them out, like CarMax, all that stuff. Just sell it, and hopefully you can break even at $25,000 and then get your Tesla after that. Albert Delgado, I've been looking at third-party dealers and I wonder why they are not lowering prices. So dealers, especially dealers, they have a buy price and they have a sell price. So most dealers, they don't want to stomach a loss. They just want to try and make some sort of profit. So they're just hoping and praying that someone this month, makes a bad decision and overpays for their vehicle. That's why a lot of people or a lot of dealers have been holding, and they don't understand that they just need to turn that vehicle, sell it at a loss, and move on to the next one and get it off their books, because every single day that vehicle sits in their inventory, they pay for interest on the loan if they're financing it. But some dealers are cash dealers and they own everything in full themselves. That might be a different story at the end of the day. But thanks for watching this video. Please hit that like if you enjoy it, and I'll see you guys in the next one. See ya.